There is a victory that the world rarely celebrates. It has no applause, no trophies, and no crowds chanting its name. It cannot be measured by how many arguments you have won or how many people have defeated. It is the quiet triumph that takes place within a peaceful heart. It is the moment when anger knocks at your door, but you choose not to invite it inside. It is the strength to remain calm while chaos surrounds you. This is the silent victory, the path of transcending conflicts with inner stillness. Most people believe that power is found in raising their voice, proving their point, or forcing others to agree with them. They spend their days defending their pride and protecting an image that is constantly threatened by the opinions of others. Every disagreement becomes a battlefield. Every insult becomes a wound that demands revenge. But look closely at such victories. They disappear as quickly as they arrive. The enemy walks away, yet resentment remains. What kind of victory leaves the victor restless? Conflict does not begin outside you. It begins the moment your mind refuses to accept what is happening. A single harsh word enters your ears, but it is your thoughts that transform it into suffering. Someone criticizes you, and immediately your mind creates stories of injustice. Someone rejects you, and the heart begins collecting evidence that it is unworthy. The world only offers events. The mind creates the chains that bind you to them. Imagine a calm lake at sunrise. The mountains reflect perfectly upon its surface. Because the water is still, throw a stone into the lake, and the reflection shatters. Yet notice something important. The mountains have not changed. Only the disturbed water has lost the ability to see clearly. Your mind is the same. When disturbed by anger, fear, jealousy, or pride, reality becomes distorted. You no longer see people as they are. You only see your own emotions reflected back at you. Many believe that peace is found after conflicts disappear, but true peace is discovered before the conflict ends. If your calm depends upon other people behaving kindly, speaking gently, or agreeing with you, then your peace belongs to them, not to you. They control your happiness without even knowing it. Freedom begins when your inner world is no longer held hostage by outer circumstances. This does not mean becoming weak or allowing injustice to continue. Stillness is not surrender to wrongdoing. It is the refusal to let hatred become your teacher. You may speak firmly without speaking cruelly. You may walk away without carrying bitterness. You may defend truth without poisoning your heart. Strength, guided by peace, is far greater than strength driven by rage. Observe nature carefully. The tallest tree does not argue with the wind. It bends, survives the storm, and continues growing. The river does not fight every rock in its path. It flows around obstacles with quiet persistence until even the hardest stone is shaped by its patience. The sun rises every morning without asking for recognition. It simply shines. Nature teaches that lasting power rarely announces itself. It simply exists. When someone insults you, pause before responding. In that brief moment of silence lies an entire universe of freedom. Between what happens and how you respond, there is a space. Most people fill that space with habit, emotion, and impulse. The wise fill it with awareness. They ask, will my next word create more suffering, or will it create peace? This single question transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for awakening. The greatest conflicts are often invisible. They are not between nations or neighbors, but between desire and contentment, fear and trust, attachment and acceptance. A person may smile outwardly while battling endless storms within. Another may face difficult circumstances, yet remain inwardly serene. Which one is truly free? Outer comfort does not guarantee inner peace, but inner peace can exist even when life becomes uncertain. Do not seek to control every person you meet. Control is an endless burden. Instead, learn to understand your own reactions. Notice how quickly the ego demands recognition. Watch how easily comparison steals gratitude. Observe how expectations become disappointments when reality chooses a different path. This observation is not judgment. It is gentle awareness. Awareness shines light upon hidden patterns until they lose their power. True victory begins within. Real victory is not defeating others in arguments or conflicts, but overcoming anger, pride, and fear within yourself. A peaceful mind is stronger than a restless one. And lasting happiness comes from mastering your own reactions rather than controlling other people. Most people spend their lives believing that victory means standing above someone else. They think winning an argument, proving a point, or defeating an opponent will bring lasting satisfaction. Yet these victories are often short-lived. The argument ends, but the mind continues replaying every word. Pride may feel rewarded for a moment, but it soon begins searching for another battle to fight. True victory is found in a different place. It begins within the heart and mind, where anger, fear, jealousy, and pride quietly take root. A person who learns to recognize these inner forces and refuses to be controlled by them discovers a freedom that no one can take away. When someone insults you, your greatest achievement is not finding the perfect response, but maintaining your inner peace. When disappointment arrives, your greatest strength is not denying your pain, but accepting it without letting it harden your heart. This kind of victory is invisible to the world, yet it transforms every part of your life. It allows you to act with wisdom instead of impulse, compassion instead of resentment, and patience instead of frustration. Every time you choose understanding over revenge and calmness over conflict, you become stronger than the habits. The greatest battle has never been against others. It has always been the journey toward mastering yourself, where lasting peace quietly blossoms from within. Inner stillness brings clear vision, just as a calm lake reflects the mountains perfectly. A still mind sees reality without distortion. When emotions like anger, jealousy, or resentment take over. Our judgment becomes clouded. Cultivating inner silence allows wisdom, compassion, and clarity to guide every decision. The mind is like a clear lake resting beneath an open sky. When its surface is calm, it reflects everything with remarkable accuracy. The trees, the mountains, and the clouds appear exactly as they are. But when the water is disturbed by strong winds, even the most beautiful landscape becomes broken and unclear. Our inner world follows the same principle. When anger, fear, pride, or jealousy stir the mind, our ability to see reality is clouded. We begin to misunderstand people's intentions, exaggerate small problems, and create suffering from thoughts that may not even be true. Inner stillness is not the absence of challenges. It is the ability to remain clear while facing them. A peaceful mind listens before judging, observes before reacting, and understands before speaking. This quiet awareness allows wisdom to emerge naturally, even during moments of conflict. Instead of being pulled in every direction by emotions, you become steady like a mountain that remains unmoved by changing weather. The more you nurture silence within yourself, through mindful observation and patient reflection, the more clearly you understand both yourself and others. Decisions become thoughtful rather than impulsive. Relationships become more compassionate, and life's difficulties lose much of their power. A still mind does not escape reality. It embraces it with clarity, acceptance, and quiet strength, discovering peace that remains unshaken by the ever-changing world. Choose awareness over reaction. Every conflict presents a choice between reacting impulsively and responding with mindfulness. The small pause between an event and your response holds the power to transform suffering into peace. Conscious awareness breaks the cycle of emotional conflict and creates freedom. Every moment of conflict offers a hidden choice, though most people never notice it. Something happens. A harsh word is spoken. A promise is broken, or an unexpected disappointment appears, and the mind immediately rushes to react. Anger demands expression. Pride seeks to defend itself, and fear imagines the worst. These reactions feel automatic because they have been repeated countless times. Yet between what happens and how you respond, there is a small moment of stillness. In that brief pause lies the freedom to choose a different path instead of allowing old habits to control your actions. You can observe your thoughts without becoming their prisoner. You can notice anger rising without feeding it, or recognize fear without letting it dictate your decisions. Awareness transforms impulsive reactions into thoughtful responses. It allows you to speak with kindness when harshness seems easier, to remain patient when frustration grows, and to listen when the urge is to argue. This does not mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It means meeting every experience with a clear and balanced mind. Over time, this practice weakens the grip of emotional habits and strengthens inner peace. Each conscious response becomes a quiet victory over the restless mind, By choosing awareness again and again, you stop being controlled by circumstances and begin living with wisdom, compassion, and lasting inner freedom. Release, attachment, resentment, and the need to control many inner battles arise from clinging to expectations, seeking approval, or holding on to past hurts. Forgiveness, acceptance, and letting go of unnecessary attachments lighten the heart and free the mind from endless emotional burdens. Much of the suffering people carry does not come from the present moment, but from what they refuse to release. The mind clings to painful memories, unmet expectations, broken relationships, and the desire to control people and circumstances. It believes that holding on will, somehow, protect it from future disappointment. Yet the opposite is true. The tighter you grip these burdens, the heavier your heart becomes. Resentment is like carrying a burning ember in your hand, while expecting someone else to feel its heat. The one who suffers most is the one who refuses to let go. True freedom begins when you recognize that not everything in life can be controlled. People will make choices you cannot understand. Circumstances will change without your permission. Expectations will sometimes remain unfulfilled. Fighting against these realities only creates more inner conflict. Acceptance does not mean approving of every situation or abandoning wisdom. It means seeing life clearly without resisting what already exists. Forgiveness is another step on this path. It is not about excusing harmful actions, but about freeing your own heart from the weight of bitterness. As attachment to anger, pride, and control slowly fades, a deep sense of peace begins to grow. You discover that happiness is not found in changing the world to match your desires, but in transforming the way you meet the world with openness, compassion, and inner balance. Live as a quiet source of peace. The greatest strength is expressed through patience, kindness, and calm presence, like a river flowing around obstacles or a tree standing firm through storms. A peaceful person influences the world without force. Silent inner peace becomes a lasting victory that no external conflict can take away. A truly peaceful person does not need to announce their wisdom or prove their strength to the world. Their presence alone brings a sense of calm. Just as the gentle shade of a great tree offers comfort without asking for recognition, they understand that lasting influence does not come from loud words or forceful actions, but from living each day with patience, kindness, and quiet confidence. When others are consumed by anger, they respond with understanding. When they encounter criticism, they listen without allowing bitterness to take root. When faced with uncertainty, they remain steady, trusting that every moment is an opportunity to grow in awareness. Like a river that continues flowing around obstacles instead of fighting them, they move through life's challenges with flexibility and grace. Their peace is not dependent on favorable circumstances or the approval of others. It is rooted in a heart that has learned to remain still amid constant change. Such a person inspires others, not by preaching but by example. Their calm words soften tense conversations. Their compassionate actions heal unseen wounds. and their silent strength reminds others that another way of living is possible. Every act of patience becomes a quiet lesson. Every gesture of kindness plants a seed of hope, and every moment of inner stillness spreads peace beyond what can be measured. In living this way, they become a light that gently guides others toward the same lasting freedom.